All right, so yesterday they came out with a NASCAR 25 Creator Series trailer, right? And when I first seen this yesterday, right? When I first seen this Creator Series and stuff like that, right? I'm thinking to myself, just off a first glance before I even clicked on the video, I'm thinking to myself that, oh shit, I'm gonna see motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying, that I know and stuff like that. Cause I seen the thumbnail and I seen, the Tim the Tap Mans, the agents, the rage and all those, you know what I'm saying? I seen all those, right? But I'm thinking to myself that, okay, but I'm also gonna, see some of the other guys too as well that, stream, race, play, cover NASCAR video game content on a regular day basis. I'm thinking I'm gonna also see them too as well. Now I think you pretty much get the jujitsu of this video right here, right? You pretty much get the jujitsu of this shit, right? And what they're going after and stuff like that or whatever. And the part that after I watched this video and then I seen the little live stream today or whatever the case may be, the part that kind of sits with me kind of funny. And like I said, maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Hey, if it is, man, then it is, man. Let me have my own opinion about certain things, man. But this is like one reason why I kind of feel like, and when I say this, doesn't mean that I'm not a NASCAR fan, but why I kind of stepped away from making NASCAR content and stuff like that. Because you will think that in a situation like this, right? And when you got people names that I say and stuff like that, don't think that I'm trying to throw them under the bus or trying to, put them into what I got to say and stuff like that. They ain't got nothing to do with this. This is just me talking off the top of the dome and shit. I just know people that make NASCAR content and stuff like that, right? But when you got people like, I don't know, man. Hold on, let me go to my other page. If I go to my other page, I can show y'all more names. On my NASCAR page. Hold on. Switch accounts. Boom. All right, here we go. But when you got people like, like this guy right here, he makes NASCAR content all the time. Yeah, it's iRacing, but it's NASCAR content all the time. You got, the IDK players of the world. You got the icebergs of the world. You got the JDs of the world. You got who else you got? You got the Malik Rays of the world. I mean, hell, even We're Gonna Lose. He makes a lot of NASCAR content. You got, all these guys that make NASCAR content on a regular day basis, right? Why wasn't none of them involved in this situation right here? That's the only part that I'm trying to like gravitate and like grasp my head around. Like I get that you're trying to, tap in to another audience or whatever the case may be. But let's just say, hypothetically, right? Let's just say that you did, have a couple people that had a different opinion and a different look on NASCAR and NASCAR video games and stuff like that, and they want to see more content of it. You don't have no streamer or no content creator that makes NASCAR content on a regular day basis being broadcast on that platform right there. That's tough. Like, what are we doing here? Like, you couldn't get like 5 or 6 guys that does NASCAR content on a regular day basis to be involved in this situation right here. Not only that it will, benefit the NASCAR community because now the people that is somewhat intrigued by the sport can now go and watch, the Eric E. Steps or go and watch, whoever that makes NASCAR content. They can go and watch those people. But you did showcase none of those people. Your guys, your streamers, your content creators that make NASCAR content on a regular day basis. You didn't broadcast and showcase none of those guys. And something that I will say as a content creator and somebody that makes content or whatever, that's a big stage right there. Because now these guys, like the JDs and whoever else, what I'm saying? I can't think of everybody's name, but the people that makes NASCAR content on a regular day basis, Now they, toe to toe and side by side with the Tim the Tatmans, the Rages and all those and stuff like that. And you didn't think to have none of them involved in that situation right there. I don't know, bro. That shit. If I was one of them, because I look at it like this, bro. Me personally, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and a lot of y'all somewhat know this. Ever since 2023, bro. Ever since, and it goes back to that same shit, bro. Ever since, how they treated me about the name change and stuff like that, I fell out of love of just, wanting to race, wanting to make content and stuff like that. Cause that shit really, set with me a very, very bad way and stuff like that. And some people saying that, oh, Fly, you being over dramatic and blah, blah, blah. All it is just a name change. They want you to have your real name and all this stuff. Bro, if you know the severity of the situation, and if I went into full detail, you know what? I'm gonna go into full detail. Let's fuck. I go into full detail. That's tough. I go into full deal real quick with you, right? So back in 2023, right? I get my account suspended off of iRacing or whatever the case may be, because they said that I have a fake name or whatever, right? And they say that the only way that I can resolve this issue or whatever, I have to contact iRacing support or whatever. So I contact iRacing support or whatever the case may be. And I told them, like, yo, what is the issue? Like, what's wrong with me having that name right there? They say that the name that you have is a troll name, this and that, blase, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, what's so trolly about it? So they send me back, screenshots of somebody going to a YouTube video that says, Tyrone Biggums, right? And how I had my name was Tyrone Carlito Biggums, right? So they said all that or whatever the case may be. And yeah, at first I was like, bro, what's the big deal, big issue and stuff like that. I try to give them a little bit of fight over it and stuff like that. But then quickly I was like, you know what? All right, it's cool, man. Look, it's cool or whatever the case may be. I'll change my name. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing that they state that they was like, well, the only way that you could change your name and stuff like that, you got to prove to us what is your real government name. I'm like, what do you mean by that? They was like, well, can you submit a photocopy of your ID or license or something like that that has, your full government name on there with a picture next to it. And I'm sitting there like, hey, look, check this out, right? I'll do this, but I don't feel comfortable about this, right? Because unlike some of y'all people, right? I've been on the internet for a long ass time. I know how internet shit be going, right? So I'm already telling them, like, I don't feel comfortable with doing that. And I know for a fact, everybody that's on the service doesn't have their real name. I mean, hell, you even got motherfuckers that got alt accounts that don't even spell the whole real name or their first name or their real shit or whatever. So they like, no, we got to have people with their real names. It's a requirement and all this old shit. And I'm like, dog, at the end of the day, this is a fucking video game. But I gave in, right? I gave in. So I gave in, showed them my ID. And I would love for anybody else to tell me, did you ever have to submit your ID or driver's license to iRacing for they can choose your name? I thought that whatever your fucking credit card that you signed up the account with, that's what name that you got. And the credit card that I signed up my account with, well, that's what I should have kept on having. Shit. But anywho, I did all that or whatever the case may be, right? So sure enough, what I kind of figured was going to end up happening, 4 months later, I start getting one of you fucking weirdos harassing me and shit. And when I say harassment, I'm not talking about somebody coming to my house and shit like that. Because I don't think you motherfuckers are that stupid. But doing stupid shit like calling my phone and shit like that. For some odd reason, they got my telephone number from my name and shit and found out who was my carrier and shit. So I had to change my number several times and shit like that. And they still finding my fucking number and shit like that, to the point that I had to switch services and stuff like that and put my phone in a whole different name and stuff like that. For that right there could be resolved, right? And then it'll be times that I'm live streaming and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. All of a sudden, I'm getting a knock at the door. Somebody didn't order pizza to my address, saying that I ordered pizza and expect me to pay and stuff like that. Like I'm I'm getting trolled right now. These motherfuckers, like I kind of figured was going to end up happening. These motherfuckers, since they got my real name, they got my address and shit like that, and now they doing weird ass troll shit. So I contact Iracing again, and I told them, because I told them in the message at first that I kind of figured this was going to end up happening. It ended up happening. And you know what their response was when I told them the issue and the concern of what's going on and stuff like that? Well, we're sorry for your misfortunes and stuff like that, but that's out of our hand. That's more of a local authorities issue at this point, because now it's dealing with the severity of the crime and stuff. I'm like, this wouldn't have happened if I could have kept the name that I could have kept, or if I couldn't kept that name right there. Give me another name that's not my name. But instead, though, y'all wanted me to show a photo ID and all this bullshit to have my real name on Iracing. So that's really why, for the longest, that's why Iracing has always had like a nasty taste in my mouth. You feel me? The political current of trolling you started trolling you. Wait, what you mean? The people who accuse you of trolling started trolling you? I don't get what you mean by that. But anywho, but yeah, I figured that this was going to end up happening. You know what I'm saying? And when I brought it up to their attention, like, you made it such a big deal for me to switch to my real name and stuff like that. But when bullshit started happening and stuff, instead of trying to resolve it or try to, alleviate the issue or something like that, you said, no, you got to keep that name right there. We cannot change your name. We can't change your name and all this old stuff. Now it's an authorities issue, so you have to call your local authorities and have them involved in this situation. I'm like, bro, all this could have been involved if you just let me have a different name. Because I knew some stupid shit like this was going to end up happening. I know how these weirdos are on the internet. Like, come on, bro. I talk shit all the time. The fuck? Like, they not finna come to my house, man, but they going to do weird shit like that. I knew that shit was going to happen. But they never wanted me to change my name. They never gave me the ability to change my name and stuff like that. And ever since that day right there, way back in 2023 and early 2024, it always had like a bad taste in my mouth and stuff like that. And that's why I'm sure a lot of y'all noticed that slowly but surely I stopped doing a lot of iRacing. I'll be trying to get back into it and stuff like that. But the love was never there no more. It's just, I'm sorry, man. I'm a stubborn motherfucker. Once I feel a way about something or whatever, I can never go back to it. Honestly, I can never go back to it. And then when I was sitting out here, let me show y'all this too as well, right? And this right here was really the nail in the coffin right here for me, right? And then when I was sitting here and I somewhat voiced my opinion on Twitter about the situation, right? Let me show y'all something real quick. See, y'all think I just be talking shit, and y'all think I just be Fly just be acting like a diva and all this old shit. He wanted to, bro. It really don't be like that, bro. I just know how shit be, bro, and I'll be trying to alleviate myself from these situations. That's all it be with me, to be completely honest with you. But let me show you this right here, though. Now, you know what? I'm not gonna be too sloppy. I'm not going to be too sloppy and, show this person's name and stuff like that. But what I would do, I would show the messages between me and this person, though. Let me make sure in this message he doesn't say his name or say anything like that or whatever. Okay, so this right here, right, was a guy that, somewhat was cool with me or whatever. We showed love with each other, whatever, right? And when I had said what I had said about iRacing on Twitter, right? And this is what I be meaning, right? See, this is the shit that people do that I don't be quick to show. And I let the world think that I'm the bad guy all the time. But let me just show you something real quick. Let me show you a message that I got. Now, let me see if I can show this message without showing this person's name right here. Hold on, let me see. Okay. All right, so you should be able to see this message for the most part. So I'm not going to scroll it down too much further, but this message right here, you should be able to see it, though. So after I said what I had said or whatever the case may be on Twitter about my... zoom in, I'm blind. I'm not finna do all that. Like I said, I'm not I'm not that messy with it, so you just have to go off what I say. That is what it is. You feel me? So, you know, it is what it is. But anywho, so basically, when I said what I had said back in the day about the whole name shit and stuff like that or whatever, I get this message, DM on Twitter and stuff like that from a person from Iracing that, you know, was somewhat cool with me or whatever the case may be. So pretty much says that, hey, I will highly recommend posting an apology to Iracing. Thank them for resolving your issue in a timely manner. It was pretty disappointing that yesterday morning while I was reaching out to Iracing to get this fixed that you were dragging their ass in the mud on Twitter at the same exact fucking time. That made things way more difficult and completely unnecessary for those working behind the scenes to fix your name and made me completely embarrassed for trying to help you after your public torment. Thankfully, the staff is more forgiving than me because I would have refunded your shit and kicked you off the service. I hope you learn from your actions and be more patient and think before blowing up on socials. Not everyone is too forgiving for second chances. That's tough! That's what I get. And I know a lot of y'all probably think that, you know, I went off on him in the comment section. I mean, in the messages and stuff like that. But I'm going to tell you what I said, though. I said this right here. Hey, brother, I had to read this a couple times before responding. I ain't got too, I got so much respect for you and the things that you have done for me. And I'm definitely going to use my words a lot more kindly and more succinctful in this situation right here. My biggest concern is the safety of not only me, but my family. When I was first got onto Iracing, my real name was being displayed. Shortly after 2 or 3 months later, I started to get bombarded with racial emails, prank phone calls, and etc. Police coming to my house, and because of people got my address, and when I finally figured out what the culprit was, I went back to Iracing and had them change my name. Good enough. I contact. Let me not say that because that's somebody's name. Contact them in the local. Let me say. Contact them. What the fuck was I saying right now? I don't know what the fuck I was saying right there. Maybe because I was so mad at the time, I was just texting. That made no sense what I just said right there. But anyway, I can please change my name, which they now did. Truthfully about this, I knew the name that I have chosen was fake and it was from the Chappelle Show, and I never did it to come into Iracing or try to be a troll or anything. I treated it like it was my real name, and I still drove and raced on the platform with respect for my other competitors. Iracing is getting away with such a ridiculous thing about having my real name where I had to submit a driver's license for them to even change my name to my real name. Myself and all is respectful on the platform. The platform matters. And now when I got on the email and started, and I need my name to be changed to provide my real government name with documentations and identity, I was very mad and very upset that I had to do this because I felt like nobody else had to go through this event, and pretty much just, you know, the same, you know, how I felt about the situation and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. And then at the end I said that, and I apologize if some of the words were misspelled, but I'm using Siri to write it all out. And I also, you know, apologize to you if you felt disrespected about it or whatever. So this is the response that I got back in the day when it came to that whole name shit, right? That's the type of response that I got. And like I said, ever since then, I really didn't want to be on Iracing no more. And like I said, it may sound petty or whatever, but hey, y'all don't have to go through the shit that I have to go through. Y'all not getting, you know what I'm saying, random motherfuckers knocking at your door shit, ordering fake food and having fake shit being ordered to my house and stuff like that and expecting me to pay for it. And now the person is looking stupid when they get to my house and shit like that because I didn't order that shit. The fuck is we talking about? I didn't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Police getting called to my house and shit like that or whatever. You don't have to deal with that shit. I was dealing with that shit. So that's why I wanted a fake name on iRacing. But they felt like that right there wasn't their concern right there. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, the situation with iRacing and stuff like that, it always set with me the wrong way after that situation. And ever since then, since 2023 and early 2024, I really haven't been on iRacing. Like here and there, we'll jump on there, whatever, for the most part. But for the most part, I never really been on there just for that one situation right there. Because I got to deal with that dumb shit in the background. Y'all don't hear about it because I don't bring it up because I'm not trying to give these people the gratification that, oh, we're winning. We're winning. We're making him upset and stuff like that. No, I'll just get off. I'll just get off. Simple as that. I'll just get the fuck off. And we'll not have to deal with this none at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my thought process was with that situation, right? And I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention. I know y'all done heard me back in the day talk about the name situation or whatever, and I kind of like vagued over it and just said that, hey, you know, I'm mad at iRacing because of the name situation, but I never gave y'all the full story. That right there is the full story right there of what happened during that situation. That's the full story. You know what I'm saying? I got motherfuckers that work for iRacing or whatever cussing me out in motherfucking DMs and shit like that because what I said on Twitter wasn't professional. Lashing. All I said was, oh, it's a big joke that iRacing is really sitting here forcing me to use my real name on their service when at the end of the day, this is a video game. It'd be one thing if I was, you know, racing for money or something like that or whatever the case may be, but I'm not doing none of those things. I'm out here racing for fun like everybody else. Why I gotta use my real name? That's all I said. And I get bombarded with shit like that in my messages, shit like that, talk about that was pretty fucking disgusting. It's like, what the fuck? Like, goddamn. But anywho, I wanted to give y'all that little insight real quick or whatever. But back to this creator shit though. It's crazy that they did this whole creator shit, right? And didn't invite nobody that does NASCAR racing when it comes to video games, iRacing, or what have you on a regular day basis. They got nothing but the biggest streamers in the world, and they didn't invite nobody else to be right next along to them. For not only they can benefit from the situation, but they can also, you know, get some new viewers and people that want to be introduced to the sport. You know, it'll be a win-win for all parties and stuff. But they ain't do none of that shit. They ain't do none of that shit. Like, I didn't see not one person on that motherfucking platform, right? That was a person like, you know what I'm saying? Like my man's right here. What's his name? I forgot his name. But like my man's right here, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see not one person that's from the NASCAR community that makes NASCAR content, if it's console gaming or if it's iRacing, that was involved in that shit. And I'm sorry, bro. If I was one of y'all, bro, I'll feel some type of way about it. I'm just being honest with you. Like, that's fucked up right there. Like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? These some of the richest streamers in the world right here, and they giving these motherfuckers a $100,000 grand prize just to race iRacing for an hour? What the fuck? That's tough! That's wild right there. That's wild right there. And you got something like the Coke series that lasts for 9 to 10 months. Motherfuckers training and all this old shit just for one person to win $100,000 and everybody else pretty much get shit. Man, that's a slap in the face right there if I would say so. Like, goddamn. Let that be an example to y'all that when motherfuckers try to sit there and say that $100,000 for the Coke series is too much money because NASCAR don't make that much money. Well, they just do $100,000 at 9 streamers that race the game for an hour. So let that shit sink in real quick. Message. Let that shit sink in real quick. Let that shit sink in real quick. Because you are with the hard ER, I try not to think that way. I try really not to think that way, and I really don't think it was to that extreme right there. I think we're far enough removed that, you know what I'm saying, it's not that. It has nothing to do with my color or anything like that. I honestly don't be thinking like that. I know a lot of people think that I would think like that, like, oh, because I'm black, that's what I really don't be thinking that way. I really don't be thinking that way. I tell y'all all the time, bro, I've been on this earth for goddamn it 33 years, bro. I have never, for the most part, never came across any type of racism. So that's why I don't think like that, because I never came across racism. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, man, That was a weird ass situation though. And not only that, but when you look at the fucking content and shit like that, it's like, goddamn, bro. It seemed like this shit didn't even work at all. Like, did this shit even work?
Too much though, because we were supposed to race in person, and he backed out so much that he sold his own car.
No. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. Because I called Ron 4 times, and he's been ducking it.
He was so scared, he sold his car. We were gonna do pink slips, he sold his car. Isn't that crazy?
You were gonna pink your GT3 RS?
Of course I was, brother.
I'll go buy another Ferrari.
Yeah. I see it. Oh, this is gonna be.
We got everything we need, though. We're good to go.
And I'm sure these guys will be using the
Just talking, just
over the summer. 20.
agents in, right? It looks like he's.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll look at it a different way than what other people look at it. To me personally, to all the people out there that has been doing NASCAR content, because I did NASCAR content for a while, whatever, but it's a lot more people that has did way more content than what I have did, and I got so much respect for them, right? For all the people out there that has been doing NASCAR content since day one of their YouTube page or YouTube career or live stream career or whatever, right? That has went through all the ups, downs, and turnarounds and stuff like that, of dealing with all types of bullshit ass games, but yet still sit there and play the game. Not only do career modes and all that old shit, but live stream it to people and try to be entertaining when the game is dog shit. Shout out to those people right there, man. But I will look at it as a smack in the face, though, that you got those people out there that does that, right? And you couldn't put at least 4 of them in the mix with these, you know what I'm saying, big streamers right here, for they can get that same publicity too as well. I mean, this shit got 320,000 views right here. And you couldn't put, you know what I'm saying, 4 people that races, that makes NASCAR content on a regular day basis. You couldn't put 4 people to be a part of this right here? That's fucked up to me. That's how I'll look at it. That'll be fucked up to me. I'll feel some type of way about it. But other people's not gonna feel how I'll feel, but I will feel some type of way about it. It's like, damn. It feels like NASCAR or whoever is involved in this situation, they investing more into people that they're only doing this shit because they're getting paid to do this shit. But people like, you know, people that does this every single day, y'all don't invest no money into us for doing this shit. I'm sorry, bro. I'll feel some type of way about it. That's just me. But I'll feel some type of way about it. Like, that wouldn't sit with me right. That would not sit with me right. Like, goddamn, I thought at least I was going to see, you know what I'm saying, like my boy Gator. I thought I was going to at least see him, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, somebody, you know, a Gator, a We're Going to Lose, What If Racing. Like, there's so many people out here that streams NASCAR every single day, bro. And not one of them or 4 of them couldn't have been involved in this right here. That's fucked up. Even if they wasn't racing for the money, because the money is going to these guys, at least be involved in this shit for they can get some publicity too as well. I don't know, bro. Like I said, maybe I think too much into it, but shit like that would rub me the wrong way. If I was a person that, like, damn, I cover this game or I make NASCAR content every single day and I couldn't be involved in this shit. And then from what I hear from people, the shit was a disaster. Like, the shit didn't even work. Like, the whole time they're just sitting here talking and shit, and they couldn't even get nobody into the races and shit like that. That shit wild. That shit is wild. $100,000 on the line. Everybody got free wheels and shit like that. That's wild to me. I don't know, man. Y'all can feel the way that y'all feel about it. I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention real quick, because like I tell people, man, at the point that I am right now, yeah, making NASCAR content is probably pretty much done with when it comes to me. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. That shit pretty much done with. Like I said, I'm still a fan. I will still forever be a fan of NASCAR. But I don't know, man. Certain things, man, that I went through in the past and stuff like that with Iracing, yeah, that shit just don't sit with me right, bro. It's like, goddamn, bro. It's like, holy shit. Like, I can't even race on that motherfucker because my name is being broadcast and shit like that. And before I know it, I'm getting knocks at the door and shit. My doorbell is ringing and shit. I got pizza being delivered to my house. I got the police showing up at my house. I got weird shit like this going on. Like, yeah, bro. That shit don't sit with me right, bro. I don't know, bro. That shit just, I don't know. You know, shout out to them, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wish the best. I don't wish bad on nobody, whatever. You know what I'm saying? God bless everybody. But yeah, that shit's all just, I don't know. Like I said, I had fun during the time of me making NASCAR content. I had fun doing it. Definitely shout out to Rusty Wars, my dog. Like I always say, if it wasn't for him, you know what I'm saying, a lot of y'all wouldn't even know who I was, because he's the one that, you know, gave me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? At that particular time back in 2021, you know, I was on this page right here, because I got 2 YouTube pages. I was on this page right here, and I was going back and forth streaming Call of Duty and streaming NASCAR Heat 5. And he came through, and this is a guy that I was watching back in the day and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When he used to stream NASCAR Heat 4. You know, he came through and stuff like that and said, yeah, you know, I've been checking you out and stuff like that, whatever the case may be. Didn't know me from a can of paint. You know what I'm saying? But still gave me an opportunity to get the game early and stuff like that. For, you know, everybody knows you get the game early, that's when the biggest viewership is going to be. So he gave me the opportunity for I can get the game early, like a few other creators out there and stuff like that, for I can showcase, you know what I'm saying, my potential and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the NASCAR community. And he didn't know me from a can of paint. You feel me? Took a leap of faith on me. And I always tell him every time we talk, because we still friends to this day. I got to meet the guy multiple times and stuff like that. I always tell him, bro, like, hey, man, like, whatever happens or anything like that, you're always one person that, you know, I respect you, because, you know, you always been a cool person. You always been an understanding person. Yeah, I may say some things that you might not agree on and stuff like that, but you're understanding and you look at it from both logical points of why I might feel like that way and why I might say that. It might not be the right thing to say, but you understand though. Never lashed at me, never, you know what I'm saying? Always been a cool, you know what I'm saying, humble person and stuff like that. And there's always been nothing but love, man. Like I always tell him, man, it's nothing but love when it comes to me and you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you open up so many doors, so many opportunities for me to meet certain people, to be on certain podcasts, to, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't get the chance to shake certain drivers' hands and all. It's all because of you, bro. And I'm forever indebted with you because of that situation. You know what I'm saying? I always give him my flowers and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. I always give him my flowers. But it's crazy though that, you know, that came from NASCAR 21 Ignition. What the fuck is iRacing doing when it comes to their content creators?
Message.
What are they doing? That's all I gotta say. What are they doing? Like, holy shit. Like, people can say as much shit as they want to about NASCAR 21 Ignition, but at least a person like Rusty and a few others and stuff like that, they was really involved within the community. At least that, I'll give them that much. At least they was really involved. Because when it comes to these guys over here, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I really don't. I really don't see it. I really do not see it. I really don't see it. And that right there, I felt like that would have been a perfect situation and a perfect timing where they could have had some of the biggest streamers in the world and also had some of the guys that stream and race NASCAR on a regular day basis. Through thick and thin, they own this shit. Throughout all the bullshit games, throughout all the low viewerships, they stayed loyal to this shit. And they couldn't get a second or their minute of fame on the big stage next to some of the biggest streamers in the world. I don't know how I feel about that, bro. I just don't know how I feel about that shit, bro. Like, that shit just weird to me. That's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these people that I'm talking about, these are people that I didn't have no conversation with them, nothing like that or whatever. So don't think that, you know what I'm saying, I'm speaking for them or whatever. I'm just saying shit off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to even talk to these people. I'm just being honest with you. But like the Michaels, you know what I'm saying, of the world, why wasn't he involved? He streams NASCAR games every single day. Every single day, this guy streamed NASCAR games. Why was he not involved? Why was he not involved? Why was he not involved in this situation right here? Like, he streams NASCAR games every single day. Like, god damn, you go back to his oldest videos 8 years ago streaming NASCAR shit. You go to my oldest videos on my page, it was not no goddamn NASCAR shit. But he streams NASCAR shit every single... Why was he not involved? Why was he not in this? Like, he ain't got to be raising for no money and nothing like that, but it would be nice that he can get the publicity. Like, why was he not involved? Like, goddamn. Even if it's just 4 guys. Like, at least you're showing the NASCAR community that, okay, we get what NASCAR is trying to do. You're trying to get the sport to be looked at from a masses of a different demographic. We get that. But at least incorporate some of our regular people these are the ones that streams this bullshit every single day. They stream this shit every single day. This is not Call of Duty. This is not Battlefield where there's 100,000 active viewers looking at this game at any particular time. This is a NASCAR game where there's probably only, I don't know, 100 or 2 people looking at this shit. Iracing, 1,500 people looking at this shit. Like, the viewership is not there. Let's just be honest. The viewership is not there. But these people stream and make content of this shit every single day. And I salute them. I tilt my hats to them because I couldn't do it. Because slowly but surely it started to come to my head like, bro, the viewership is just not here on this shit. I hate to sound like a Tim the Tap Man or a cocky ass streamer, but hey, that's tough. Hey, I hear these streamers say this shit all the time. The only reason why we stream BR versus multiplayer because BR does way better in viewership than what multiplayer does. So I'm gonna say the same thing too as well what they say, but in a different way though. Streaming racing shit versus streaming something else, to me, it started to feel like a waste of time. Cause it's like it started to get stagnant. Once you got the viewership that you got from already this small ass pool, you're really not gonna get no more viewers than what it is. And this sounds fucked up, but hey, that's what it is, man. But I would have seen one of these guys to be involved in this situation. I would really think that if one of these guys, even my boy, you know what I'm saying, Goldman, why was he not involved in this situation? He streams NASCAR shit every single day. Like, come on, he streams this shit every single day, bro. Why was he not involved in this shit? Like, come on, bro. Like, this shit is wild to me. NASCAR 25 create watch along? That's tough! I don't know, man. That would have been a slap in my face right there. Motherfuckers couldn't even be invited to this shit. They gotta do watch alongs and shit like that. You know what? Let me stop talking about it. But yeah, though, that's how I look at it, man. That shit wild.